Wow, it has just been one of those weeks where I peek out from my turtleneck and I look at my phone and then I drive to the ocean. I throw my phone in it. I go get a new phone, go back into my turtleneck, peek back out, drive to the ocean, drown my phone once again. I bet you're doing that. I bet you're doing your version of that as well. It is impossible to be a caring citizen right now and not feel just consumed with worry and anger and confusion, which is why this week I just have some collective choice words for all of this serious shit that is swirling around. It's actually kind of impossible to pinpoint just one example. For this entire year, I feel like we've said every day, I can't believe it hasn't been a year yet. And the good news is now, well, it officially has been a year. We're officially in year 2 of this cursed regime. I said that and my eye literally started to twitch. And I mean, it is cursed. There's the Greenland of it, the Board of Peace, the international embarrassment, the Minneapolis of it, the fact that ICE is being empowered to murder and to kidnap, the fact that so many elected officials don't even feel comfortable speaking out on the murders of Renee Good and Alex Preddy. It's irredeemable to not be able to say that murder is bad. Cruelty doesn't even seem like the right word. The government is just allowing people to be murdered, citizens, protesting citizens, and blaming everybody but themselves. I'm so angry at this, just debasement and cruelty. I don't even really have words. And if I did have words, they would be irrelevant by the time I said them because the inhumanity here has no limits, and every day it's something new. Okay, I don't know. Go back in the turtleneck. We can't even go back in the turtleneck. Yeah. This is Choice Words. I'm Samantha Bee. My guest this week is the incredible actress Emilia Clarke, who joined me to talk about her new show, Ponies. She was such a bright light in my week. And when you're done binging Ponies, you can look at new dates for my How to Survive Menopause tour, which starts really soon. Go to samanthab.com to see if I'm coming to your neck of the woods. Until then, take a listen and make good choices. Oh my gosh, hi.
Oh, we're matching.
Look at it.
Really matching.
We match perfectly. How did we know?
Exactly.
It just happened. That is magical. This is a magical moment.
It is. You look like you're in a most fabulous kitchen.
This is my kitchen.
It's beautiful.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you saying that. I know that you like to cook.
I do. I love to cook, and I love Nancy Meyer's kitchens.
Oh,
you know what
Nancy Meyer's. Of course, I know what you mean.
I feel like you're in Nancy Meyer's kitchen right now. I'm like, really, I'm feeling it. It's excellent.
You got to have a big island. You
Yes.
got to have a lot of marble to roll out pastries.
Low lighting. I'm seeing good counter space. This is excellent. Well done.
Oh my gosh! And you are on a blitz for your new show. So you can't cook anywhere. Anywhere you go.
No. It's deeply infuriating. Yeah,
it's infuriating.
As much as I can do is, can you put the dressing on the side, and then I can mix it. That's it. That's like the limit of it.
That's very difficult. I feel
like 7 different dishes, and then I can put them together. I can make up some new yeah, exactly.
Can I tell you something? I've done press things and gone away to conventions and stuff, filmed all over. And I've gone as far as going to Target and getting a hot plate at a Target and making food in my room.
100%. I would travel with a hot plate. I absolutely have done that in my life. One was sitting in a hotel. I go to a particular hotel in LA when I stay there, and they have my hot plate, and they were like, "We can't keep your shit." And I was like, "But could you just?"
It's just a hot plate. It slides in like a filing cabinet.
Yeah, it's just going to be
upright.
Like this TV show that I just shot.
Yes.
We were in Budapest for 6 months.
Okay.
We were having the wrap party at the end, and everyone was talking about like what their favorite restaurant was that they've been ordering the whole time. And I was like, I didn't order one meal. I cooked every day, every night. I cook for myself.
What do you think that is? I have theories.
Psychotic.
But I totally relate to that because it's like you're so out of control when you're filming. Like you're so busy.
Yes.
It feels like coming home.
Exactly that. And it's also like, I have this thing where I'm fiercely protective of my evenings, right?
Right.
When when you're not socializing, whatever. And when you're working, you're working on like, let's say average 14 to 16 hour filming day.
Yeah.
You've been up since, 3 a.m. or whatever. When I get home, I know I need to go to sleep, but I need an evening. And that constitutes cooking food and whilst eating said food, watching a cooking show. Like that's my evening. That's what I want. And then I'm going to get in the bath and I'm going to watch some actual show or some actual something. But I have to watch people cooking while I'm eating. It's psychotic.
Do you know what?
Tell me.
I am the same way.
This is so mad.
I love
lady. Like
I've got like cookbooks behind me. Yes. I like to eat and read
the books. Oh my God, yes. Oh my God,
stories.
Yes. Like as soon as I get the recipe book in, I know lots of people say this, but I really do. You read it like a book, you read it like a novel, and all of my recipe books have dog ears in them of like when I first got the book and I've gone through and like that one, I'm going to make that one. I'm going to make Helen Go. I don't know if I'm saying her name right.
Yes.
Has just released a new bake. I'm a baker more than I'm a cook, right? I love cooking. Like I cooked for like 14 of my friends over Christmas.
Right.
But baking is my joy. It is my love. It is my heart. And Helen Go is the queen.
The queen.
The queen. She's the queen of all baking things.
The queen.
She's the.
What's the last thing you baked?
The last thing I baked was over Christmas. As of Helen Go's new cookbook, I've forgotten what the name of it is, but it's beautiful. I made a giant chocolate macaroon kind of sandwich situation with a chestnut puree and marron glacé. Oh my God.
That sounds amazing. Oh.
I had a fight with it when I was making it and kind of lost my shit a little bit. But my brother's fiance, we then we were meant to be hosting loads of people. It didn't end up happening. So then it was just for like the four of us in the house. Okay. Every night my brother's fiance, Veronica, would be like, I'm going in for more. I'm getting some more of that.
I'm going in.
Yeah.
I'm doing a slice. Yes. I'm doing a slice and then I'm doing a tiny slice.
Yes.
Just to respect, the overindulgence. And then you go in for a second slice because you're like, well, we're not going to just leave it.
And then I was like, do you know we have brandy butter? And she was like, yeah. We're good.
Oh, okay. My daughter just turned 20. I made her a princess torte.
Oh my God.
Like a Swedish, the green.
I've never tried them. I've never tried it. That's a very heavy labor. I mean, all baking is heavy labor, but like that's like a quadruple sift situation, right?
It took days. I made all the elements on different days because I was like, I can't do it all in one day. This is crazy.
Also, you're a baker after my own heart because I like that I need a recipe that says make a head.
And make a head. Jam. Make your own jam. Yeah, now make the layer and then
exactly. Do that on the Tuesday, do that on the Wednesday. Yeah. I have another heavy labor, but I'm going to let you finish your princess torte.
Well, just like assembling, and it looked not great. My green was not perfect. It was more, it shouldn't have been khaki, but it sure tasted great. It was
that's by the way, that's all. Sometimes you're baking, my bakes, I mean, people are like, because I often bake for, like when I'm on a film set, I'll always bake for like hair and makeup and I'm always like bringing in bakes. And people are always like, oh, it looks so homemade. And I'm like, thanks. That wasn't the goal. I'm going for French patisserie, but okay, love that you think it looks homemade.
That's why I love the Great British Bake Off. They're like rustic.
Exactly. But this is the joy of baking is that whatever it looks like, it's gonna taste good. It's sugar, it's cream, it's milk, it's eggs, it's vanilla, it's chocolate, it's berries, it's delicious.
It's delicious. It goes down. We have and you know what? In a way, it actually is funnier and more fun that it looks non-professional. It's like a joke.
Yeah.
My princess tort looked like a coronavirus germ.
I mean, green,
fine.
it's tricky. Green food with
Tricky.
dessert situation is tricky. That's hard.
Tricky. I said, close your eyes and take a taste. And now we have this wonderful photograph of
Nice.
a really well-shaped but weird colored cake
Wonderful.
that tasted great. I think it's great that you do that. It's so nourishing. And you really are thinking about like
It's
the
my
people
meditation.
who you're going to gift to. It's
Food is love.
beautiful.
Food is love.
is
That's
really-
how my dad showed love to us, and that is
Yeah.
like, yeah, it's my. So like at Christmas, I cooked for like, I can't remember. That was like, it ended up being like 14 of us or whatever, and I did this huge big menu, and I cooked for a week, and I made this dessert that took a week. One of 2 desserts. I cooked 2 geese. It was all of this stuff.
You did.
And it was crazy stressful, and I like dressed the table, and I did puntarella alla romana because it's in season, you know, it was a huge thing, but like nothing fills me with more joy than being around a table of everyone that I love most in the world, and they're like loving it. But it's you know, it's exactly what food's meant. It's bringing people together. Like when I cook for myself, it's pretty boring, but when I cook for other people, that's my stress.
You're like stretching. You're like, it's very stressful. Of course, it's incredibly stressful. Do you have like a file? Okay, I have a file on my phone that's just called like party foods.
Oh, well done.
You know what I mean? Just like
do make
party
up
foods.
menus. Yeah, there's a whole notes app for the menus, but mine is largely so I get 4 newspapers every weekend, right?
Okay, great.
It's for the supplements, obviously.
Of course.
So on the Saturday, I'll get the Financial Times and I'll get the Guardian. And on a Saturday, the Guardian has a feast supplement. Now, Feast has just gone online, which completely renders everything that I've been doing pointless. This has been my set, and then on a Sunday, I'll get the Sunday Times Sunday Times, but the supplements and the Observer. And I have been doing this for many years. I have an entire cabinet that is full of the Feast supplements. And my plan was to put them all in a beautiful binder. And I have screen grabs of the ones that I love the most and of the ones that I have this. It's online now. It's a whole app. I was literally like, I have like back in like 2010, you know, the Feast supplement. Ridiculous.
But it's not the same. It's like you have to leave. It's a process.
Yeah.
And then you supplement the things that you have in your drawer, which obviously I also have folders of like torn out of magazines, like my grandmother used to.
Exactly.
But then you supplement it and you go, I don't want to go through this whole paper file, so I'll find it online, but I know I have it, and probably in 2 or 3 different places.
Yes, absolutely.
You got to double up.
Yeah, absolutely. And then I have all of I'm a Nigel Slater girl. He's
I love
the king of my recipe. Like I have in my kitchen, I have like 2 big bookshelves, and it's all recipe books. But really, I just need one, and it's just Nigel Slater. And
Do you call your cookbooks? Do you go through them sometimes and go, I never made anything from this. This was too ambitious. Like, I don't know.
Oh, this book will remain nameless because I don't want to badmouth anyone. But there is a baking book that like comes from a famous place.
Yep.
And the recipes don't work. I'm literally like not allowed. And I look through and I'm like, oh, these sound so good.
Right.
Then I try them and I'm like, I'm not dumb and I'm not a bad baker. What? It's not working.
Right.
I don't know if it's just I just don't know how to prove things, but like
No, I think that totally happens. And also sometimes you go through the whole story. I love talking about cooking.
No, I know.
That is so clear. It's my favorite.
Yes.
But sometimes like you'll go through a whole book that you think is going to be just the way you like it. But then it turns out like the croissant that you made, it's not the type of croissant you like to eat.
Yes.
And you've
like,
kind of
lied to me. You like kind of gaslit me with how you were introducing this recipe, and then I try it and I'm like, no, that's not what I wanted or what I was after. But so when you do find the cooks and the recipe books that speak to you, also, I'm sorry, I need 3 cookbooks. I have 900.
Okay.
I need Nigel Slater. I need Alison Roman.
Alison Roman
my God.
is great.
This latest book, my entire Christmas party was
It's great.
That was it.
Was it?
Literally it. And then Helen Go was my desserts. Both of them.
My God, that's
But Alison
amazing.
Roman, I'm like a hardcore fangirl for Alison Roman.
I really like Alison Roman. She's been on this show before, and I fangirled her real hard.
So one of my best friends in the world, Helen, got for my birthday a book signing of her latest book. She gave it to me. I cried. It was like a whole thing.
That's great.
I then got very, very ill and I couldn't go. Helen also was very, very ill. We went away on holiday together. We both got the same like virus.
Okay. Yep.
But she went and she stood around in the cold outside of Violet Bakery waiting for Alison Roman. And she told her the whole thing and was like, listen, my friend's Emilia and da-da-da-da. And and so she signed the book for me. And then she was like, and then Helen was like, you guys would really get on. So I fully slid into her DMs. And I was like, I never do this. But like, Alison, you've been with me through the good times and the bad times.
And the photography in her books is also impeccable.
Oh,
like her
beautiful.
manicure looks so fun,
Yeah.
but like not, like easy to maintain, but still fun. Like she's
Exactly. It's
put together.
And she's so calming. Like everything in the way that she
Yes.
describes the recipes, it's like not a big deal. Like
Yes.
it's meant to look like this or it's meant to, but by the way, it's not a big deal. As opposed to like the fusty recipes.
The fusty. It's like we're kind of throwing it together, but with like a little extra amount of care.
Yes.
And some high level thinking and ingredients.
Yes.
Like this didn't come out of nowhere. And her chocolate chip shortbread cookie recipe
come on.
is delicious.
Divine.
And I know it's like her most famous recipe, but it works every time.
Every time. But the recipe that I cook of hers that works every time is her butter chicken tomato oregano. Have you tried?
I have not. No, I have not. I'm going to. I'm writing it down.
It's the easiest recipe in the entire world. It's all in one dish. You've got your chicken. You've got your cherry tomato. I do cherry tomatoes. She suggests regular tomatoes, but I'm in England. We don't
Nice.
go with tomatoes. So you've got your tomatoes, and then you've got your bulbs of garlic. Obviously, you go double up on the garlic. Then she's like dots some anchovies in there because, of course, you would. And
course.
then butter, and then oregano, and you slow cook it for 2.5 hours. You have a complete dish, and it comes out of the oven, and you're welcome. It's phenomenal.
I'm literally salivating, actually.
Yeah, and
I'm
then
like,
at the
I'll
end,
make
you
it
do
tonight.
white wine vinegar, just right at the end, because she's like a proper chef and they always do that to the sauce. But like,
Yeah.
and then you just get crusty bread, and you're just gonna dip.
That's so delicious.
And
I
it's
want
cold the next day.
you to be in a kitchen real soon.
Me too. I'm in a hotel. I'm like
You're in a hotel. I know.
a kitchen so bad.
I know. I want you to be in a kitchen. Okay, I have to tell you that I love your new show. It's so good.
Thank you.
It's so good. And you know what? And it's so funny that we're having this whole conversation about cooking and stuff leading into it because I actually was reflecting on the show and I was like, why am I, do you know what I mean? When you're like, why am I enjoying this so much? I
Yes.
think that it's because of the friendship.
Oh my god.
Because it like is a friendship show
Yes.
in my perfect setting, which is like Cold War spy, but it's women get like relating to each other as women do.
Yes.
And that is kind of sadly
Yeah.
beautiful and rare.
Yes. Deeply rare.
Deeply rare.
And these aren't sisters.
Yeah.
These are two women. These are two grown women who find each other at this later stage in their life. Like you don't
Right.
grow up together. You don't know anything about each other. I find that the friendships I made in my 30s have.
Right.
I mean, partly they don't know that I suck. They think I'm good because they didn't know me when I was younger. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Like,
God forbid.
you see me post therapy. They're like, "Hey, look at this evolved woman." I'm like, "I know. It just happened. I kind of always wanted this." You're like, "No." My other friends are like, "We know you, bitch. We know you."
We remember you when you were 13. It's not that great.
Exactly. I know how you got here. But these are two women who are grown adults who are choosing each other, and
Right.
they're thrown into this situation. But I saw it with my family over Christmas, and the thing that my mum was like, "It's so good, it's such a good thriller," and my brother was like, "It's not a thriller," and I was like, "No, it's not, because it is a show that exists because of this relationship, not because of the plot. The plot happens to these women, and the plot happens to be super propulsive, really fun. It's a cliffhanger every episode. You want to know what happens. But
Yeah.
you want to know what happens to these women in these situations, as opposed to like who did it. You know what I mean?
Exactly. That's what makes it like a rollicking journey, because you're just like, oh, I'm invested in the people, and
Exactly.
they can take me wherever they want. I feel like the pedigree of the show is so good. Like
Thank you. That's my buzzword.
oh, it is?
With my production
God.
company, we're always trying to be like, what are we trying to make here? What do we like most want to do? And the word that
Right.
always comes up is like, we want it to be pedigree. We want it to be of a certain caliber of work. So thank you so much. That is an enormous compliment.
I did read that when you took this project on, you kind of were choosing between the two.
Yeah, so
Lead
they
characters.
brought it to me. So Susanna Fogel, David Isaacson, and Jessica Rhodes. David and Susanna created the show. Jessica Rhodes is our like main producer. Three extraordinary people. Three like I've been around the block. I've met them all. These are people. They are incredibly talented and incredibly intelligent, and also you want to go for dinner. Like which is so rare to find. Like everyone is that. Like it's really, really rare. And they came to me with this whole project and was like, "Do you want to come on as a producer?" Which has happened before. I've had my name be like that, and you're like, you're just giving me a nod here. This isn't I'm not really producing anything. I'm just me being in this project is helping it happen.
It's just like a name. It's helping like open doors. Like that definitely happens.
I mean, I have a production company, so there's plenty of things that I am a legitimate producer on, but it's rare to find someone who has the complete thing coming to you as an actor and also coming to you as a producer at the same level. That doesn't happen. And they came to me with it, and so I read the scripts and was like, this is amazing. And they were like, obviously you can play whoever you want, but we kind of had you for B, but like obviously like it's your choice, whatever you want to do. So I took a minute where I was like, maybe I could be Twila. maybe I'm Twila. Like in my wildest dreams, I'm Twila. Do you know what I mean?
Right, I do.
I could like be crazy. And I had my friend and I was like, can you just read this with me? Like they're gonna give it a go. And oh baby, I ain't Twila. I'm an actor. You know what I mean? Hopefully I get to be a Twila at some point in my life. Not in this show, obviously, but like hopefully I get to try that on. But specifically this, it was just so achingly clear. It was so clear that I was B, to the point where I was like, I know. Like, you know how you're like, I don't want to be part of a club that would have me as its member. I'm like, it's like that. I'm like, yeah, I'm B. I know.
Yeah, it's like you read my mind.
Yeah, like, damn it.
Fine.
Exactly.
Did you know? I mean, you knew going in you were going to have to like learn Russian. I'm like, I'm sure everybody's talking to you about that, but it's incredible.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I really deeply appreciate it, because it was really the hardest thing I've ever done in my life. I'm a dumbass, right? So I got given the scripts, and it's it's in English, but with italics.
Right.
And it's only when you get the shooting scripts and you're 2 weeks from going to Budapest that you're like, what? Jesus. That's all? And then, when you translate a language from English to another language, often it's longer. It's like it feels. Yeah, it was one long panic attack was the Russian for me.
I would imagine, like, how. So we're saying as Duolingo is not enough.
No,
Pimsleur's not going to get me there.
Hell no, and I'm only learning the lines. Damn it, I'm not going to learn any more else. Jesus. I can't. I physically can't. Because the Slavic languages they're sounds you don't hear so much in Europe. So it's noises that like feel unfamiliar and feel jarring, and you have to work out how to sound authentic in the placements, in the stresses. They have it how we would emphasize something is completely different in the way that a Russian person in Russian would emphasize something. There's obviously, I mean, I think languages are fascinating. There's so much about the culture embedded in a language, and Russian is definitely that, and it's a culture I knew nothing about. I now do. And it's fascinating.
It does feel like so, like you think of it as a brain exercise, but it's also a physical exercise of like where you're putting your tongue, how you're like,
I'll walk
touching your palate.
Exactly. I'll walk you through the process of how I did it. It's going to be quite boring. Is that okay?
That's not boring. It's not boring to me at all.
Fabian, my incredible dialect coach, might tell me off for this, but so I would get the pages through in Russian, and I would Fabian would have recorded it, so I would walk around listening to it, not knowing what I knew what my English lines were, but not knowing any of that, just getting it. I'm like familiarizing myself with the sounds, with the noises. Okay, fine. And then Fabian and I would go through and we would assign each individual sound, so not even a full word, because there are sometimes many sounds, syllables in a word. We would assign each one of those with an English word that sounded like it. So it could be like paw, you're thinking of like the paw of a cat or whatever. Moosh, you're like thinking of a moose maybe. You're like trying to find things that are that. So then you start to put images with these words. So then you create a story. So you've got a paw walks into this room and gets this moose to do this extra thing. So you create a whole story. Once you've then got the story, you've got to learn the story. And then you put that story into your memory palace, which is a room or a street that you know really well. So I'm walking into the room and I've got the story and I've got the images, and I'm going to see the cow doing that thing to the moose that then's going to hand it to the thing that's over there. And then that's all by the cooker. And then that is obviously all in your head. And then that's that. And then you go around the whole room and then that's what it is. And so that's how I learned the lines, and that's how I learned the Russian. And the story is the English meaning of the words. So whatever I'm saying so whatever the English thing is whatever it is in English, the story has to reflect that as well. So coming up with the stories is really hard. But that's so when I'm hard. So when I'm doing when you see me doing the Russian lines, that's what's going on in my head. I'm imagining all of these images and I'm putting them in all these places.
You're seeing a carousel of images in your head.
Full story, and the story happens in a particular room in very specific places in the room.
Oh my
into the God. Room, and then once you finish the scene, you have to wipe the room in your head. You have to like shake it out, like paint it a different color. I need to go back in time. And I need to tell you that that's the least boring story that anyone has ever told me. That is completely fascinating. It's just so weird. But yeah.
Do you think you're good at it because you follow recipes? Like, you're like a process person.
Definitely.
You're like a process person.
100%.
And you're able to, like on a parallel track, be seeing images in your brain.
Yes.
Be acting opposite someone.
And be acting... This is what I was trying to say on the press junket with Hayley, and she just kept laughing at me, and I kept crying, laughing. But it was the sort of mind fuckery of like, right, I'm playing B, and B is playing this person. So Emilia, I'm like, I've got to have that Russian so learnt in order for me to be B as someone who speaks fluent Russian, being this other person, and then being be scared or be excited or be whatever in this Russian language. It got really, you can see it was one long panic attack, the entire
long panic attack. Was there ever a point where you kind of like eased into it and you were like, actually, I'm actually quite good at this. I'm not going to have any insecurity today.
The very last day, absolute last day, Artyom, who plays Andre, and I are in the car. We're doing one of the scenes. And he says something in Russian, because he is Russian, right? He's born in Russia. So he says something to me in Russian, and I organically came out with a cheeky response in Russian. And he was like, oh my God, you speak Russian.
You do.
That was the last day. Only time it happened was the last day.
You probably need a big break from it, but it's like almost something that you shouldn't, like that if you could hold on to it, that would be incredible.
Well, I started watching The Americans, and there's a lot of Russian in that. And so I'm constantly reminding myself of everything that I know. So, and it's feeling much more, it's weird that like post filming, I'm still, well, it's not weird. It's hard to drop a character, but like, I'm now, you walk around cities and I didn't, before this, I didn't realize it was Russian that I was hearing.
Wow.
You're like,
That's
oh,
such a
it's
good
awesome.
show. That's such a good show, just like on a very like basic level.
Yeah.
It's so worth watching. Isn't it so fun to pick up a show that you're like, there's like 800 episodes.
Yeah. Oh my God, it's amazing. You're like, I am
incredible.
done. I've got like 2 months worth of viewing sorted. Yes.
I feel like I should rewatch it because I kind of like need.
Good. I'm obsessed with them as a couple. And then I did this deep dive about them as an actual couple. And I was like, well, okay, so at this point they're like dating. Or at this point they're or at this point, like, yeah, I'm obsessed with The Diplomat. And then
Oh yeah, it's so good.
incredible The Beast in Me, which again I was completely obsessed with.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. I'm right with you.
Yes.
Have you ever met them? Have you met them?
No, I
Did
think
you,
I
like,
would be.
meet
I
them
think
at
I would be like deeply scared. But yes, I think they're incredible.
Isn't that so funny that I don't think that people would imagine that you would be scared to meet them, but it is really intimidating to
Yeah,
meet
deep.
people you watch and you're like,
Yeah.
are you,
Yeah.
could we be,
Yeah.
are we cool?
Yeah, exactly. Can I ask for a picture? I don't need a picture. No. Would you want to go for dinner? Like, can I hang
Do you
out
want
with you?
to come to my house?
Yeah,
I would like to make you a pie.
Yes.
What is your personal rewatch policy? When you were doing Game of Thrones for so long, did you watch, did you actually watch it? Did you watch
So
it?
I was an itty bitty baby. Game of Thrones never gave us anything.
Oh,
They never gave us anything.
anything, nothing.
They never gave us the episodes beforehand. So we would probably because they weren't ready because VFX was like
Right.
within like 2 minutes before it was on the air. I watched it when it came out every Sunday,
Okay.
and that was it. So one time I watched
Okay.
each episode once as it came out on HBO.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Is it a blessing? That fans of that show are
Yes.
so intense. It's
Yes.
wonderful.
Yeah.
And do you still feel that? Does that?
Yeah, definitely. I feel incredibly lucky to have such loyal fans. They've treated me very well. They've been very loyal and very nice. And I feel like they
Good.
come with me on my other
Good.
projects
Good.
when they are nothing like Game of Thrones. I'm like, you came to watch me in a play, a Chekhov play. That's as far away from me being Daenerys as you could possibly get, and there you are. But yes, but it's the amount of like uproar after the last season or whatever it was,
Yeah.
stuff they didn't like. It's just flattering. You're just like, people care. They care that much. That moves me. That's really
great.
nice and wonderful. But yeah, it was they are. And there's the range, there's like,
Yeah.
it's like the range of like Game of Thrones fans who are just like, cool show, got really into it. And then there are the fans who are like, love the books, love everything about it. Oh my God, I know the folklore. I know the like,
Right. Yes.
read
I know
all
the
the
whole, I
books,
know the
yes.
entire,
yeah.
right. They could write subsequent books and they probably write a tremendous amount of fan
Yes,
fiction.
I've heard a lot of theories.
Okay, yes. Do you, I remember, years ago reading your essay in the New Yorker.
Oh, yes. David
Oh,
did you see the Netflix, the New Yorker?
the documentary?
Obsessed
Yes.
with it. David Remnick is just the most remarkable human being I think I've ever met.
It's unbelievable. I just interviewed him for this podcast. Yeah, I love him. I love him so much. We had such a rollicking, like such a fun conversation, and he's so smart,
He's so smart and so generous.
so generous, so on top of it. It was many years ago that you wrote that. You were 24 years old when you had your first
I was 22
surgery?
when I
You were
had my
22.
first. I was 24 with the second one.
Oh my gosh. Did you have to consider, well, I guess what made you comfortable disclosing what had happened? What drove you to write that piece?
So it was a bit of a long process. The first one happened, and it happened in England under the NHS, and they saved my life. And I was like, I have to find out a way of saying thank you. And when I was in the ICU for quite a while, which I can't remember what that is in American speech, but in the
Still,
it's
yeah,
still the
still.
ICU, there's a family room at the
Right.
hospital that I was in. My parents would always come in like with a crick in their neck. So I was like, oh, I'll get him a sofa for the family room to say thank you, like, you know, to just sort of like make other families feel a bit more
Right.
comfortable. And then I immediately went into the press tour for the first season of Game of Thrones, and like, you know, and then immediately started filming the second season of Game of Thrones, and
Yeah.
did another movie, and they kind of all got crazy. And I kept being like, "What am I going to get them? What am I going to get them?" And then 2 years later, so that was 2011, and then in 2014, I was doing a play on Broadway, and I was at the end of my SAG medical insurance. I was on my last 2 days of it, and I was like, at that point, getting regular brain scans, because with the first one they'd seen that I had two, one that had ruptured, one that hadn't, but they were like keeping an eye on it.
Yeah.
Went in and they were like, this is this other one that you haven't done, and stuff on his doubled in size, we need to go in and fix it. And that ruptured mid-surgery, that ruptured whilst they were trying to prevent it rupturing. That was a much bigger bleed, and that was
Right.
they cut my head open. So the other one was non-invasive, but this one I have this big old scar for. And obviously that I don't like feeling self-pity. I don't think it's a helpful thing. That's just how I was raised.
Yeah.
But that was one of the only times in my life that I've been like, really? Again? Like,
Oh, right.
did you have to?
You had to grow.
Extraordinary that I survived that one. The doctors kept coming down while I was in surgery for so long, saying to my mum, like my mum and my dad who were there, were like, okay, we think she's going to be paralyzed. And then they'd go back up and then come back down and be like, okay, no, but I think she's going to be blind. And then they go back
my
up
God.
and they were like, okay, I think she's going to die. And they go back up. And my mum tells this story of how she was sitting in the waiting room, and my mum's not a very woo-woo person, so just to clarify.
Sure.
She was like, I felt this bright light, and it came within me, and I knew you were going to be okay. I knew you were okay, irrespective if you were dead or alive. I knew you were okay. And she was like, I just
Okay.
felt that. 2 seconds later, the doctor comes down and is like, she's alive. We don't know how. It's something. We don't understand it, but she's. And there's nothing. It hasn't affected these major parts of her brain that we thought was going to be affected. So you survive those two things. I'm like,
Yeah.
this is bigger than something. This is crazy.
Right.
I'm in the tiniest percentage of people who would survive these two things.
This is incredible.
I have to do something with this. So then my mum and I started talking about like, what could we do? My mum had retired, but was a businesswoman. And so we felt like the both of us going in and doing this together, with her being a carer and me being a survivor. And then we found my mum had them. They've not ruptured. She had a preventative procedure, so it was fine. And we keep an eye on the other one, but it's hereditary, the condition.
Okay.
So it just kind of made sense. And then my mum being a strategic businesswoman was like, we should launch this for the last season of Game of Thrones. I'd hidden it from everyone for this long. I would do these big interviews about, where did you get your strength from? And like, what were you doing last week? And I'm like, nothing. It's crazy. I don't know. Never experienced anything in my life.
I love the show. We're having so much fun on set.
Dragons, and was trying to keep it really under wraps. I mean, I struggled really badly after the second one with like deep anxiety and didn't want to be outside. And I remember the night before we were launching, I was on the press tour for Game of Thrones. I was actually in this hotel room. It's crazy that I'm here for this. And it's like the anniversary of the Game of Thrones or whatever.
Wow.
And I was sitting around here, and I was just with my mum and my brother, and I just started crying. Was like, I can't do this because I don't think people will care. And I think they will be like, who cares about a celebrity sob story? I was like, if we do this, I have to be the least important part of this story. I cannot have this just be some gimmicky, like...
Right.
And who cares, by the way? I'm a privileged white woman who's had a successful career, I had these two things happen. It's fine. There are many, many, many people who are 10 times worse off than me. We're starting a charity. Like, this shouldn't be about me. And I had this huge thing of, like, I don't think I can do this. Anyway, so when we launched it, I was terrified of getting
Right.
backlash. I was terrified of like, and then the exact opposite thing happened. And all of these incredible survivors, and as a result of the survivors all doing as we asked, which was, can you write in, like, this is my story, I want to hear yours. And as a result of that, we created, Same You, my charity, created one of the biggest, what's the word when they do it's like a case study for brain injuries. And we were able to like turn that into, we were able to have the correct people read and condense and create this document for the first time ever of like, this is literal lived experience truth that is helpful for healthcare practitioners moving forward for brain injury.
I think that's amazing. Like that is extraordinary. It's funny because I can understand why you would think like no one wants to hear. They just want to hear about how we're doing shenanigans.
That's
like
it. They want to hear about the songs and the fun times.
Of course, but actually it really, people need to tell their stories and they need a permission structure.
Well, the main thing with brain injury is that it is one of the most shameful conditions you can have because society does not want to look at brain injury. They do not want to see it. There was a study that a psychologist did where they were showing images of horrific things, right? You know, starving children and wars, all of these things, and monitoring people's reactions. You show someone who has clearly a brain injury, like a paralysis or whatever it is in a wheelchair.
Sure.
One image people look away from. Because
really?
It's so close and so misunderstood and in many cases so invisible. And it happens to 1 in 3 of us. It is the least acknowledged condition for it being so rife. 1 in 3 of us will get a brain injury at some point in our lives. And yet it is so misunderstood, it isn't, it's just no one knows because when you get it, and speaking from my truth, when you get it, all you want to do is hide. You don't know how to protect yourself. This thing that the thing that you believe, I mean, if you think about where you as yourself exists, you might think it exists in your soul, in your solar plexus, in your whatever it is, but it's all coming from your brain. When that fails you, the lack of trust you have in yourself as a human being that's able to move around the world is gone. It's completely gone. And that is terrifying and makes you hide. It makes you just want to go wrap yourself up in some cotton wool and not leave the house. And if you're a single working mum with 3 kids, how are you going to do that? So
how are you going to do that?
And how is, and people get fired for it. It's like having a prison sentence.
Right. Oh my God. I love that you're doing this. Like I love that you're doing this because it is enabling people to kind of come out and go, okay, is it like pop their head out of a little mole hole and say like, can I
know that they're not alone?
Yes. Yes. Oh my God. Isn't that this connection? Isn't it it's really what we all, oh my God, it's what we're all here for.
Yes.
This is why we're having big dinner parties.
That's
we're having connections.
Exactly.
I know you're having such a busy day, so I have to let you go, but I have to tell you that this is I love your show. And I have loved talking to you today.
I've loved talking to you. Thank you so much for letting me talk about like all of it. It's been so delightful.
It's just, I'm sweating. I had such a good conversation. What an awesome launch. I have a great cookbook idea. I'm going to send, I've got a great cookbook. I'm going to send you privately. I'm going to send you the name of it. It's like the best.
Please.
Best.
Please.
And have a great day and happy lunch.
Thanks. Thank you so much.
And thanks for dressing like me today.
I love
it. That was kind of you.
Absolutely. 100%.
Have a great day. That was Emilia Clarke, and I had no choice but to look up one thing. We were talking about her character in her new show, Ponies, and I had to know when the U.S. really did start sending female spies to Moscow. Well, the first one was Martha Peterson in 1975. Equality! Thanks for joining us. I'm Samantha Bee. We'll see you next week for some more choice words. Thank you for listening to Choice Words, which was created by and is hosted by me, Samantha Bee. The show is produced by Svea Baron-Reinstein with editing and additional producing by Ryan Connor. We're distributed by Lemonada Media, and you can find me at RealSamB on Instagram. Follow Choice Words wherever you get your podcasts or listen ad-free on Amazon Music with your Prime membership.